Hi, this morning I am making junk journals, whatever kind of journal you want to call it, but I'm recycling the bags that Amazon shipments come in. They've been coming in this a lot lately, and I thought, out of this big one, I could probably get 4 journal covers. So why throw them in the trash and add more to that landfill? So I've sort of peeled my address label off, even though I'm going to cover it eventually. You can leave it on, peel it off, whatever you want. But what I'm doing is, this one I'm going to fold in half. Let's get this out of the way here. So I want to fold it more precisely in half than what I had. And I might even cut it apart. Although, if you leave it together, then you've got a kind of a cool design for the inside cover. And it gives it a little more thickness than just a piece of paper. I am going to trim it though, because when I opened it I wasn't real careful about the edge. And if I take a regular 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper and fold it in half, I can tell that the bag is still quite a bit larger than what my folded pages are going to be. So I can actually trim that. I'm just going to grab a pencil and kind of trace where this paper is. It's a little hard to do on a bumpy bag. And also the edges at the top and bottom. I think I'll keep this edge and trim off the bottom. There we go. And I'm going to try this on my paper trimmer, even though it's kind of thick for it. We'll see how it goes. Alrighty. I'm going to start it in the middle, because when it's bulky, it's easier. There we go. I think I got it. Well, I got most of it. I'll just finish it with a pair of scissors. Oops, which I didn't get out, because I thought the trimmer would be fine. And for the most part it is, but no need to wreck the blade any sooner. Come on. I could have done this before starting the video, but I kind of wanted you to be part of it at that point. Okay, I'm gonna do the same. Well, there's a little wrinkle. I don't know how they manage to fold bags and get wrinkles in them. It's beyond my understanding. So I'm just gonna smush this under here. Get it lined up as best I can. I'm probably only cutting the top bag, but then I can leave it in place and hopefully at least get a score on the bottom one. Yeah, just a little bit. But I can go along the edge here. There we go. Alrighty. I might as well leave this out. So now I have a nice cover for a journal. And I'll go over this open part later, or maybe I'll even leave some of it open to create a pocket, but I probably won't, just because of the way I cover the cover. So I want to cover the cover. I want to cover the cover first, because it's harder to do later. So I'm just going to move this up here, and I have a stack of scrapbook paper over here. Ooh, that's cool. Woohoo. You know, I could do pinks because there's a lot of pinks in here. Pinks and greens. They're very springy looking, and even summery. So I'm gonna see if this will fit. Wow, just barely. Alright. I wish it were a little bigger, because I like to come over the edge. So this doesn't give me much room to do that. So I'm gonna probably, I think I'm gonna cut this down just a little bit more. Maybe like just 1/4 of an inch, which means I will have to reduce my paper size. I understand that, but I would rather do that and have a neatly folded cover. Okay, that's a little better. Still a little challenging, but I can do it. Alright. So you know what I forgot to bring is my glue stick. So I'm just going to fold this over first. And I'm going to hit pause for a second. And through the magic of television, I have my glue stick. Alright, so I'm just going to glue this edge down first, because the sides are going to be the most challenging part. And in case you're wondering, I'm using the Oohoo glue stick. I love it. I get it on Amazon. And if you're smart, you'll find a choice where they give you more than one, because you get a better price. You can actually get these for just about $3 a stick. If you buy, like my last purchase was a 6-pack, because I use a lot of them. Alright. I don't normally glue this down first, but I thought it would work out better. I could be wrong. We'll find out. See, this folds over nicely. Sorry. There we go. Giving it that nice mitered corner look. This one has a little extra sticking out that didn't get glued. And you can trim that if you want. It's, you know, it's kind of long, but it's going to get covered. So, because I am going to put an inner cover over this. These little points didn't get glued, so they'll just come right off. I do like to put something under my work when I'm gluing, so that I don't get glue all over the table. It's not that I feel the table is precious, but when I scoop my work around like this, I don't want it to end up in the glue. So sometimes I have a magazine handy. Sometimes I'll just use the back side of some other paper, because the glue is going to dry. Not going to make the paper unusable, but it will save my book. Alrighty. So I've got all of the, and it is a little challenging with the air being in the bag. It doesn't fold down as nice as a flat piece of paper. And many times I will then take it and put something heavy like a couple books on it to flatten it out. That made a pretty nice cover, I'd say. And I'll probably take one of these corresponding, ooh, coordinating, that's the word I meant, not corresponding. Ooh, I like that. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. Turn the book over, kind of just draw an outline, and I'm gonna cut it there first. I'm gonna close up my glue stick first. There's nothing worse than a dried up glue stick. Okay. So first I'll cut these on the lines, and then I know I'm gonna cut it a little more because that was the outside of the journal. Get back over here. So if I fold this in half and I place it in the middle, I can see that I want to cut about 1/4 of an inch off of each side. So I could do it this way. Let's see, because I've already folded it. So 1/4 and 1/4 is 1/2. I'm gonna go this way. That way I have more on the table here. Okay, there's 1/2 an inch off of there. And there's 1/2 an inch off there. So now it should be ready to fit inside. Perfect. Perfect, perfect. All right. This time I'm going to glue this surface instead of this one.